Should be all set if you want to pull it up. Gonna point this your way. Love that picture of the
Hey, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Some reason I had the presence of mind to go, hey, turn around.
That's good.
The only great is I didn't yell at my buddy, hey, get us off. Or come over here, let's get a pen together. I didn't think of that.
That's terribly on brand for him.
Yeah, he was not. It's like,
Oh, that's definitely, yeah. 470, that looks like plastic 473. Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of.
you want to go out about it?
It's Monday.
Take a break from that. Yeah. Just talking to him before guys. Homemade bagel crust. Bagel crust. There it is. Would you get them? The bagel, everything bagel. What? It's 80 cheese. Yeah, it's you know how to say it. Please.
Hi.
It's hard to, you don't have to be listening to business on it.
Yeah, and like, I'm sorry, what is this song?
Oh, I'm such an old man, Eric.
Well. I mean, I went to the liquor store and I was like, she was like looking at me and she's like, oh, like, your birthday's coming up. I'm like, yeah, the big 22. I'm like, yeah, you know it. Oh, you know me too.
Thanks for coming. Thanks, Al.
No 413 problem either.
It's all right, talk about weather. Might be hard, right? It's nothing.
All right, okay, questions got you set up. Yeah, I think it's. Hopefully you can find something in it.
But I'm going to be.
He doesn't want to hear.
Our whole array.
Yeah. Don't have any. Yeah, so close. Yeah, I'm just gonna adjust the screen share for the.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it showing up on my computer now? Screen.
Not yet, there might be a short delay. Oh, yeah,
It's working.
I can see it now.
Is it awesome? Okay. Well, it's about 10:15. Is it 10:15? 10:14. Can wait like one more minute.
So when people come streaming in, and boom, all over the world.
Yeah, Chris, it's about 3 million on average, right?
Yeah, you're done. Should be.
All right, well, thanks everyone for coming out. This is our, I think, our fourth weather briefing of the semester. First week of October. Hope everyone saw the dense fog this morning out there. It was, couldn't see anything on the Beaver Stadium live camera this morning. Completely just blank. So that was quite the sight. I think there's still a little fog lingering out there, so it's pretty interesting.
That's why I didn't show the webcam. That's not the reason.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't-
yeah. When I thank Bill Gartner coming in for today, forecaster at NWS State College. So appreciate you being here and
Yeah.
take a look.
Sure, right. Thanks, Christian. Thanks, everybody, for having me here. Yes, I mentioned the fog too, a nice sunny but foggy morning out there, pretty typical for this time of year in this region of the country. The lengthening nights, and leading to cooler temperatures and the fog, especially in the valleys, but it'll get more widespread at times. But yep, that'll burn off, and really what I'd like to say, what to see is what you get in terms of using a persistence forecast for the next couple of days. Not much changing, certainly in sensible weather. We'll continue to see fog in the mornings, and maybe a little bit warmer though, a couple of degrees or two in the next couple of days, till maybe some changes at the end of the week. And I did the real reason I didn't include any of the webcams is because I'm on evening shifts right now, and thankfully didn't get furloughed. But evening shifts, so I put this together last night, so now everything is super current from this morning. So all the webcams last night were at nighttime, so I really didn't show you anything. But we do typically look at those, put those on our morning briefings as well. But also for that reason here, I have my list of websites that you're familiar with, don't need to go to, but I will have from time to time. I'm going to bounce back and forth between my slideshow and the e-wall, just to keep probably bringing some more current stuff than what I had last night. And or if there's a blank pops up, that's a spacer for me to go, hey, go do this thing you were going to do. So in this case, since I didn't know if I'd have access, I have a still the satellite imagery, but we're going to do that instead. Get a nice loop in there, the water vapor across North America over the last 72 hours, and shows some streaming northerly flow across Pennsylvania, bringing maybe a little bit more wildfire smoke, but some moisture from Canada nonetheless. But generally, clear skies in there, or tranquil weather. Do a large ridge of high pressure. We'll see in a little bit, but you can see off then to the west is the next weather break for us. By later in the week, a deepening trough that's going to move east, and another trough over the west, the desert southwest as well. So very amplified flow patterns we get into this transition season. What I also really wanted to show, not just the quiet weather over us, but off to the east, you can see the swirl there. There was that coastal low that affected the east coast on late in the week on Friday into early Saturday, with very heavy rains just east of Pennsylvania into New York City, Western Connecticut. And this map here from courtesy of Greg Carbon, head of the operations branch at the Weather Prediction Center, that he had posted to the Albany map. I was looking for this map last night, and he popped up and posted. So it's a nice depiction here. It's radar imagery, radar estimated rainfall for 24 hours ending at 3Z September 30th, or late Friday night, early Saturday, late Friday evening. But you can see here some heavy amounts of far eastern PA, as we had talked about and forecasted, but certainly the run of that was from northern New Jersey, Long Island, southern New York, western Connecticut, with the rest of radar estimates here of 5 to a little bit over 7 inches, and that was borne out by a lot of the rainfall reports that we got. So obviously, there's probably saw this on the news, and there was a big weather event that was well forecasted, especially within the 48 hours of the event with the cams, but also some early on nods to that of earlier in the week of potential for heavy rain. And WPC did have that area outlooked and bumped up to a moderate risk sometime, I believe, on Thursday for this. But so again, a lot of disruptions and things in New York City. Though as far as I heard, I didn't see any reported deaths from this. At least that was again through Friday. But so hopefully the word did get out. So moving back on to today, as that system continues to move off to the east.
Yeah, if you took the little arrow next to your screen sharing,
Yes.
move that tab to the bottom.
Okay,
So that arrow right there,
okay, thank you.
yeah.
I didn't want to close anything. So then look to today, there's 500 millibar pattern from early before the weekend. And then the cycle through here, you can see that there's that low over east, that upper low that moves east with the storm for the weekend. It's moved east. So here's the 500 millibar map this morning. That'll continue to move off to the east, and the ridge, high pressure upper ridge will build in over us through the middle of the week. So again, a little sensible weather-wise for us, precipitation-wise. Back to So at the surface this morning, high pressure at the surface as well, big sprawling area of high pressure extending all the way back into the middle part of the country. There's a weather maker through Colorado, Arizona, up into eastern Dakotas. That'll move slowly east and get here by the end of the week. And really for a good part of the country, not a whole lot of weather going on right now. It's more some enhanced thunderstorm activity over southern Florida with that stalled frontal boundaries. But here's the forecast map for this afternoon. Again, that big high pressure continues to sit mainly over the eastern part of the US, 8 p.m. this evening. By tomorrow morning, not a whole lot of change. Tomorrow evening as well, slowly creeping east with their precipitation, but the precip forecast is 0 for PA for the next 48 hours at least. Temperature-wise, probably the most notable thing is highs today will be in the up near 80 across most of the state, even up across the north. And that is about around 10 to 15 degrees above normal for a good part of the state. Forecast high for tomorrow, again, just bumped up a little bit, couple degrees, degree or two, a couple degrees over much of the state. It looks very similar for Wednesday as well. So in the short term, big bubble, no trouble. There's no outlooks for thunder for PA or excessive rainfall for the next 3 days. Then going a little bit longer range, here's the GFS. Hi, Luke. I'll switch over to the European. All right, then I can loop. So here's the European over the next 10 days or so. You can see that trough in the central part of the US does work its way eastward towards later in the week. For as amplified as it is, it still remains fairly progressive, and that moves through and brings some precipitation in by later in the week here and cooler temperatures for the weekend. But then that pushes out with another ridge building in by 240 hours. Through the central part of the US, the trough is, like I said, is progressive and looks to move out for another ridge building in by towards probably the end of next weekend, early next week. Surface wise, this is forecasted through for Wednesday morning, still a high pressure over us. By Thursday, just on our doorstep, the frontal boundary with that developing or advancing upper trough. Bring some showers in by Friday, and then some linger across the north, more than likely in the lake effect regions for showers and clouds for the first part of Saturday, but certainly cooler and then dry by Sunday. So the weekend looks cooler and nice again by the end. There's a different way of looking at it. Temperature trends here for today through the next couple of days. Pretty wide swing from daily highs to daily lows for the next couple of days through Wednesday, Thursday at least. Then you can see the downward trend there to the right into the weekend. Here's a 1 to 7 day QPF forecast for WPC. Blue areas here, just an inch, about an inch and a little bit more for mainly to the north, about I-80 or the halfway through the state, less than an inch over the 7 days. So this will be at the end of the period, the days 5, 6, and 7. Precipitation wise with that system. Speaking of precipitation, a lack of there has been a problem for the last couple of months, especially over southeastern Pennsylvania. But now we're just down to D0 over small quarter, the south central and the far northwest. Certainly the Ophelia last week, a slow, steady, good dosing of rain in the 4 to 5 inch range, I believe, over for southeastern Pennsylvania, helped with that as well. There's a tropical outlook still going on in the core of hurricane season. This is actually an old map on the left. I'll update in that in a minute, but we do have Philippe and Rina out over the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the individual forecast, because now forecast for Philippe is to go northward, kind of indication of unpredictability in this progressive but strong tropic blocky pattern. And then Forecast last night for winter was actually this morning, be down to a depression at 8 a.m. this morning. So looks like probably goodbye to that. For that. One thing also we look at our office is space weather. It's there's a space weather prediction center. It's part of NOAA, but we brief people, different customers on that information. But after some potential aurora activity in the last week or two, we're down to quiet G conditions as normal and nothing much going on than normal on the side. Try to look a little bit further, the 6 to 10 day outlook, as you might expect, looking at that trophy pattern is going to come through the end of this week. The 6 to 10 day forecast has a good deal of potential for below normal temperatures across the eastern third of the country. And like along that with going along with that below normal precipitation as well. 8 to 14 day that below normal temperature fades with the blossoming above normal across the central plains. The next ridge builds in there, and precipitation remains potentially low for our region as well, and a good portion of the country. Here's the monthly outlook for just out for October, with good chances of above normal temperatures over the northern third of the CONUS, including Pennsylvania, and below normal precipitation. Here's the 3-month early winter outlook, which is October, November, and December. Just on the edge of equal chances to near normal. Just slight chances for above normal over Pennsylvania temperature wise. And then on the edge here, kind of in the split over PA, potential for below normal across the Northwest, but above normal on the edge there for southeastern Pennsylvania. Kind of a very reminiscent seasonal outlook for El Nino of looking for the temperatures near above normal PA, but precipitation above normal. And El Nino firmly anticipate to continue through the northern hemisphere with a greater than 95% chance through January to March period 2024 from the CPC outlook. Is that all I have weather-wise for this morning? Thank you.
Bill, do you have anything on the track of belief? I know like it was a very difficult track forecast you alluded to.
Yeah, just that I know. Sorry, Commissioner.
Yeah, I'm just curious if there's what the precedent has been recently for that much.
Just I know about 2 weeks ago they were saying it was the track. Well, it was an older map that it was going west. Yeah. And I thought it odd. I did catch that it was odd that they were talking about this may happen. I looked at the track and they're taking the track right across from them. Yeah. But then obviously I didn't read the discussion, but there was obviously uncertainty in their mind about what was going to happen because now it's tracking north. Yeah. And I think the steering is just weak out there, and then when something moved by and wasn't going to turn it west, and it's been really weird. Makes it more fun. Luckily it was weak that they didn't have to warn people or put out watches or anything, and then oh no, it's going to go north. So that's good. It's very. I was surprised to see it's going north.
After the sorry, I didn't have much of a voice. After the front goes to after the front goes this weekend, is it fair to call the showers that we'll have in northern and western Pennsylvania late effective rain? Or
I think so. At least behind you. I should have that with the front. There's probably some steadier rain, but after lake enhanced is what. I think it's the same process. Just not cold enough, fortunately. Not yet. I'm not ready for that. Yes, Mr. Bill. Were you sharing for your team too? Good for you for supporting your team.
Any talk in the weather service, the forecast stuff is about the winter stuff all around these parts.
I'm glad you asked. The newest data just came out, and for my years of experience and analyzing, and my forecast, we went to take this to the bank. This winter is going to be colder and snowier than this summer was. You can all use that. I've been developing that for years. Then it's fun to watch. You all got it, which you would tell some people that I go, oh, really? That's great. Did you hear what I said? No.
You could say that.
The next 3 days, I have high confidence. I don't, I think it looks like we're fairly strong on Nino, and it's going to continue for a while, which is above normal temperatures, above normal precip. There's not a lot of signal for the mid-Atlantic in my experience, but you get one time bright snowstorm and you can get your snow, most of your snow for the winter in one storm. So fingers crossed. Cool, thanks. Anything else? Any? Good. I'm out of jokes. That's good.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm like, saying, don't worry, it's just. No, I wasn't actually, no, I just decided to.
Yeah.
I had to drive to Eastern Pennsylvania for something, called a friend, he was traveling to Florida. I could not talk about the subject, because that night was my high school reunion, and so I go, oh, I can't talk to anyone.
Right. Oh, no.
So, yeah, it's just.
What part of, where?
I grew up on Long Island.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I went to Eastern Pennsylvania for a